You know what? Since I'm feeling fiery today, let me just say this. Hey, fellow mixed black women and or light-skinned black women. In hopes that in doing this video, one less darker-skinned black woman has to do any labor. When darker-skinned black women are talking about their experiences with colorism and racism, shut up. In this scenario, you are privileged. You're literally doing the same thing that white women do. When we try to talk about intersectional issues, they start crying and they try to center their experiences. It's a simple fact, and you know this because we have no problem with this concept when it comes to talking to white people about this. If you have fewer Afrocentric features and lighter skin in this society, you are privileged. There's certain bullshit you will not go through. But I experienced an identity crisis because I was mixed. I get it, me too. The time and place to talk about your experience, this ain't it. Even with that, if you were bullied for being mixed, okay, that still does not fix the systemic problem. Darker skinned black women are overall treated worse. Our individual experiences do not invalidate the global problem. I'm a lighter skinned, more unambiguously black person says, I don't think I have privilege. Looking like a whole Mariah Carey. Literally giving when white people say, oh, where's my white privilege? It hasn't helped me. Dark-skinned black women is talking about their experiences. This is not the time for you to talk about, well, when I was growing up, I didn't feel, they told me I wasn't black enough. And if you're still going through that identity crisis, especially if like you're young, if you're a teenager, I get it. It's a valid thing. Also, your identity crisis is not a darker-skinned black woman's problem. It's not their job to invalidate your blackness. You got to figure that out for yourself. I will argue, especially if you're an adult, I'm so sorry, but please sort through that shit, unpack that shit. Decide what your relationship with your blackness is, and then move the fuck on. Well, especially on YouTube, call me not black all the time. Okay, cool. It happens, and it's probably gonna happen for the rest of my life. Whatever step you are in that journey is not a darker-skinned black woman's problem. But I suffer from colorism because I'm mixed or light-skinned, and I got bullied for that. No, you fucking didn't. Colorism, by definition, means that you benefit from having lighter skin. Whatever word you're looking for what you went through, it's not colorism. Again, your individual experiences do not invalidate the global problem. So I'm aware that not all mixed race black people are light skinned. Understand this concept when we're explaining it to white people. Sometimes privilege isn't the things that you get. Sometimes it's the bullshit that you never have to go through. So maybe ask yourself why, when a darker skinned black woman is talking, you have a visceral reaction to steer the conversation away from them. Why is that? Why is that? You feel the need to defend yourself when darker-skinned black women talk about how they are bullied by lighter-skinned black women. Did you do it? Did you take part? Maybe there's just some internal colorism that you need to work through. Work through it. It is not a darker-skinned black woman's problem. Stop weaponizing mixed girl and light-skinned tears. It's embarrassing.
Hello everybody, Brown and Beige community here today, and we have an interesting topic to discuss. And this is just gonna be more of a raw kind of commentary, probably no background, much of anything, but this has to be talked about because this is something that I've noticed that has been going on for far too long that doesn't get called out. And today I'm talking about my problem with light-skinned black / biracial people, because I feel like this kind of is interchangeable. This is something that I believe both light-skinned blacks and biracial people are dealing with right now and has been going on far too long. But if we look at these YouTube videos and we go through all these commentaries on YouTube, all of them in terms of light-skinned black people's colorism, it all seems to stem from the same place: a need for acceptance. And nowadays, a need for acceptance can be a very dangerous thing. Because here's the thing: when you have a constant need to be accepted by other people, you will do anything for that acceptance. Anything. And it's something that light-skinned black people and biracial people have dealt with and are dealing with far too long. And it's been getting weaponized from these other groups, particularly white and black people, for years. This constant need to belong, even if that means destroying your image or going against your image to do so. We have all these light-skinned black people on YouTube that tell other light-skinned people that you need to acknowledge your light-skinned privilege and that it's your duty as a light-skinned black person to fight the battle for a group of people who have shown countless times that they don't carry that same admiration for you. Acknowledging a mystery privilege that they themselves can barely even explain. The constant need to be accepted. And the issue we have with that is that light-skinned black people and biracial people get taken advantage of for this constant need for validation. And all on YouTube, you can just look, oh, I'm not accepted by the white or black community. And there's where you're losing right there. You shouldn't be trying to get accepted. If they don't accept you, then you go your own way. That is what I have been telling light-skinned and biracial people for the longest. Stop begging for acceptance from black and white people. If they don't accept you, fine. You go your own way. Like, I don't know why this is such a hard concept for light-skinned people to understand. And it's a very bad look if you think about it. When you aren't accepted, back in the days, you know what light-skinned black people before did? They went their own way. And the beauty of it is, if you go your own way, you don't need to be accepted by other people. The only person that you need acceptance from is yourself. Do you accept yourself? Do you accept that you are a unique person that has a unique plight that nobody else really understands but yourself? These are questions that we got to start asking ourselves. And stop seeking validation from people who will use and abuse you. We need to look no further than what the black community has created in terms of light-skinned crash dummies and saviors. That's what the black community does. Or, in the white community's defense, just self-hating light-skinned people that just would want to be everything else but what they are. It's sad to say, but that's where we're at today. If you want true acceptance comes from within. If you are looking for other people to be accepted, then I'm sad to tell you that it's never going to happen. At the end of the day, they don't look like you and you don't look like them. Yeah, we can get along just fine, but at the end of the day, if it comes down to it, if they have to choose between their image, themselves, and their group, who do you think they're going to choose? And light-skinned men should understand this better than anybody, because let's just look at the media, for instance. Are dark-skinned men knocking down the door to tell white Hollywood that we're underrepresented on the grand scale? No, not at all. In fact, they will go out of their way. If there's one instance where they're not represented properly, they will go out of their way to talk about how we're overrepresented, which couldn't be any further from the truth. Yes, that is what they do. They're not going to let their image get underrepresented and not talk about it. So why are we just sitting here and not talking about how we're underrepresented? The need for validation and acceptance. Light-skinned men know if they say that little black card that's been getting dangled in front of us is going to get pulled. So we're not going to go against the grain for that validation and acceptance. And you know light-skinned women aren't going to do it, because their whole existence is based off of that black card that gets dangled in front of them every once in a while. until that changes, you can't expect our current situation to change at all. Stop looking for validation and acceptance from groups that will never accept you for what you are. But thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.